In February 2018, I had an aneurysm. I went to the bathroom at school and I got extremely dizzy and I had an awful headache. My teacher across the hall found me throwing up and they just thought I had the flu. So she went and called my mom, and my mom got there within about 15 minutes.
I received a call from school that Danielle was throwing up in the bathroom and I needed to come and get her. She was vomiting all afternoon, and then she just continued complaining about her head hurting, and about 9 o'clock that evening, we tried to get her down here to the shower just to see if maybe the warm water would help her. And she just was screaming in excruciating pain that her neck was hurting so bad. So we took her to the emergency room, and when they took us back, the doctor told us that they would do a flu test, and it came back negative, and so she said due to us explaining the neck pain, they wanted to do a spinal tap. And so when they did the spinal tap, she saw the blood in the fluid of the spine and looked at my husband and said, "We've got a problem."
Danielle came in with a severe headaches, little confusion, was found to have a subarachnoid hemorrhage that was confirmed to have a large aneurysm, fairly unusual for her age, but an aneurysm in the posterior fossa required fairly urgent treatment.
They did another CT scan with contrast, and then after that, Danielle started vomiting again, and all the nurses just rushed into the room, as well as the doctor, and that's when we knew that it was more serious than what we had expected. So they talked then about life-flighting her.
I remember them wheeling me, and I saw a gurney, and I was very freaked out. Before I knew it, I was on a helicopter flying to Keystone, but I don't remember landing.
We brought her down to the angio suite. As we were placing her in the angio suite, she had a seizure, literally as we were putting her on the table. And at that point, I had to go outside and I had to speak to the family, to mom and dad, and tell them that I do have to do an additional treatment on their daughter. In this case, place a drain in her head.
He was very concerned, he told us, because she had had the seizure and the aneurysm had burst again. And he loses a lot of patients that way, he said. So it was a scary time. And so we had to give him permission to put the drain in her head to relieve the pressure. And so then he went back and finished the surgery.
The case went extremely well, and luckily she actually made a great recovery. But there was definitely a moment of stressful situation where her parents did not know if she was going to make it through the procedure.
We couldn't have asked for anything better as far as what we were going through. People were very caring, and the doctors were constantly there to answer our questions, and it was a great, place to be cared for.
I don't have any headaches rarely anymore. I play volleyball, I'm already playing that again, and everything's back to normal pretty much.